they want to do it to you, it's okay, but you can't put your window down and holler at them. To me, that just seems like double standards, and oh well. Again, it's dating back to the time when they had a problem with brothels, and it could be a working girl out there trying to trump up some business. That could be the reason, I don't know. Number 5. I didn't know that this could be a possibility in any state, let alone a landlocked state like Tennessee. Did you know that in Tennessee, you're driving down the road in your car, your pickup truck, whatever, and you've got a gun? If you see a whale, you can shoot it from your moving vehicle. Just don't know how many whales you're going to see in a landlocked state, unless you go to the Chattanooga Aquarium, and they might not appreciate you coming up in there with a shotgun. And now, I think this is prejudiced. Well, kind of prejudiced, but kind of not, I guess. You can shoot a whale from a moving vehicle, but it's against the law to lasso a fish. So you can't go down in the creek and try catching roping fish like you could a calf. It just won't work. Number 7, roadkill. Now, who would ever think that they would have a law about roadkill? But oh yeah, Tennessee does. Tennessee's got it. It's completely legal to pick it up, take it home, cook it, and eat it. I don't know what, I mean, unless you can identify carcasses, sometimes they're in pretty bad shape and you can't, but you've got some kind of meat in your soup, right? I guess. I don't know, but don't think I'm going to be picking up anything on the side of the road anytime soon. Now, you know, in the today's environment with the pandemic and everything, everybody's staying home, doing the Netflix and chill thing, you know. You can't go out, or people are still taking a lot of precautions. So, you know, you find people like, I'll have a Netflix account, you won't, and I'll say, well, here, I'll give you a password, and then whenever you want to watch it, you can. Well, that's fine and good if people do that all the time. But in the state of Tennessee, this is completely illegal. People have been arrested, taken to court, and this law has been upheld. You cannot share your Netflix password. And I think the last one is going to speak for itself. I don't know what else to say about it. You know, they say people are multitasked and they can do many things, you know. I'm the kind of person, I can't even walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. I try to do it and I'm gonna fall and break something. But in Tennessee, the one thing you cannot multitask is you can't drive and sleep at the same time. It is against the law. You can drive or you can sleep, but you can't sleep while you're driving.
I can't sleep drive?
No, no more sleep driving for you, Captain. Not allowed. Well, that's just a little bit of info for now. I'll be back in a little while with some more. I'm sorry the footage is, you know, but interstate is an interstate is an interstate. It's none of it is going to be really, really good. So you just take what you get, and that's what you show. And maybe sometime soon I'll be able to show something a little more interesting. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Hello, everybody. Jackie here. Welcome back, One Classy Redhead. And I'd like to take the time to please remind you to subscribe and hit the like and give me a thumbs up, and make sure you hit the notification bell so that when I upload a new video, you can realize that it's up for any of y'all that are interested in such as that. So this evening's discussion is going to be on truck stops. And let's face it, as a truck driver, the captain would definitely have his favorites. He's been driving a truck for 20 years plus, maybe, I don't know. So he has his favorites, and good and bad, and a little insight about him, so I thought I'd share a little bit of it. His favorite of all time, of course, is a Love's. Anytime he can stop at a Love's, that's where he's going to stop, if it's at all feasible. They're clean, they're friendly, they're very service animal friendly, and he does have two on the truck with him. A white Great Pyrenees, and then a little black curly Maltese Poodle Shih Tzu. They're both certified, registered service animals. He can take them any place he wants to go, anytime he wants to go. He has ID badges for them, for him, so, not just somebody playing like I gotta protect my pet. No, these are true service animals, and they do a job. Anyway, so he loves going to Love's. The thing about Love's is, and I'm sure it's like any of the other truck stops do this, they'll have some kind of a fuel reward program. You sign up, and your company signs with them, and you always use their fuel to fill up. You get like a little bit of a rebate back. You get, I think it's 34 cents a gallon. 4 cents. Excuse me, 4 cents a gallon. Now you think, okay, that's going to take forever, but if you put on 200 gallons a day, that's going to add up to $8. Well, you do that day after day after day after day, and of course you're going to add up some money. He will use his for when he wants to get like a new upgrade on a toy or something. You can use it in the store. You can buy anything except alcohol, tobacco, or fuel products. So food, anything that they sell, the clothing, the little tchotchkes, anything they sell, you can get that with your rewards. Now, like I said, I'm sure other truck stop chains do that with other people. This is just the deal that Love's has worked with this company, and so there you go. That's why he likes Love's. The next one he likes is a Flying J, but not a Flying J that's been taken over by pilots.
It's not pilot. They're both together. I don't like the pilot. I like Flying J.
See, okay, let me explain. I didn't want to get into this part yet, but at one time, Pilot took over Flying J. They took over their buildings and everything. So, but Flying J kept some of their own stores. No?
No, what I said is, Flying J, pilots go completely with Flying J. I like my Flying J's, but I don't like the pilots.
Okay. He likes the Flying J's, but not the pilots. If it's a truck stop that's labeled the pilots, he doesn't like it, but as long as it's labeled a Flying J, he likes it. Okay, the third one on the list, this is the second one we spend a lot of time at, and that is the TA. Travel America? Isn't that the name of it? Or Trans America? Something like that. Anyways, that's the third one. The fourth one is it's called a QT. It's a quick trip. It's, most of them are more along the lines of just for cars, but you do find some that are truck equipped too. And the last Travel Centers of America, that's what the TA is, Travel Centers of America. And the last kind he likes are the old, stuck on the side of the road mom and pop truck stops before everything became all commercialized and everything was owned by a big corporation. He used to like them. And the final one on the list, the one he cannot stand, and he will do anything he can to not go there, and that is a pilot. He will avoid them. Now, sometimes you have no choice, and you have to go against the grain. Maybe it's the only place to fuel up in the area, and you got to have fuel, or you got to run over the scales, you know, to get your weight ticket or something. But no, he just as soon not do a pilot. Now I'm going to go a little bit more into the background. And I'm using these terms to explain this so everybody can understand. But please understand that I'm not taking anybody's side. I'm not saying any religion is better or worse, just that this is the way it came down. The Christians owned pilots.
What the Christians did with the shit, I can't remember what it was.
That's what you told me. That's what I
didn't
got.
say it's a holy roller. He was a holy roller.
Okay, now he's changing his information on me. See,
I told you it was a holy roller. I swear to God, I said that. Hang on a second, let me find out. Go ahead with what you're saying.
well, now I don't know if the next sign is right either.
The Mormons had it,
Yeah.
and they took it in.
Okay, so the Mormons did own all the Flying J's, and they had made a deal on fuel, but the problem was that the deal was going to make them go bankrupt. It was for more and for a larger quantity and for a much higher price than that they had originally been told about. And they were about to go bankrupt. So Pilots, the owner of Pilots, stepped in and he says, I tell you what, we'll honor your fuel deal if you'll sell us the Flying J's. And that's how the Christians ended up with the Flying J's that had actually belonged to the Mormons. Love's as a truck stop was a truck stop. Speedco, Speedco, was like a mechanic shop where they would work on trucks and stuff, and they merged so that there's always a Speedco mechanic shop on site at Love's. And then Petro, Petro, was taken over by the TAs. Now are y'all as confused as I am, because it took me a while to get it all figured out too. But anyways, that's his ranking of truck stops. His favorite: Love's, a Flying J that's not a Pilot's, a TA, a Quick Trip, side of the road mom and pop truck stop, and a Pilot, absolutely, for the last case scenario.
This guy apparently bought him out. Bought Pilot out after he took over with the Flying J. I did not know that.
Oh, okay.
Might want to tell him that.
I'm not.
He bought them out. He bought Pilot Flying J out. He took the guy that owns the guy that owned it.
This man, Jim Haslam, bought Pilot in 2013, but his father started it in 1958 It's the Pilot Oil Corporation. And this guy, Jimmy Haslam, that has it now.
No, his father wasn't. He didn't know. He bought it out from the guys that owned it. That's not any relationship. That guy's name is son of Luke Northern Haslam.
Well, Google and my story are not adding up, so all I can tell y'all is check it out. But this guy owns it now, this Haslam. He has, he is co-owner of the Cleveland Browns and the Columbus Crew of Major League Soccer.
And worth 2.9 billion.
And worth 2.9 billion. Okay, there you go. That was more history than even I wanted to know. So, there's our little lesson for today. I guess I could have been a little better prepared. I thought I was, but obviously not. So, I'm going to let y'all go, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye now.
That's